In our last session, we were acquainted with friends old and new of the party. Familiar to us is Verity, the paladin from Sigil, under the harmonium but now on a temporary leave of absence, along with her latest companion, Sayo from the Mercy Killers, who is also given a similar temporary leave of absence, and the two have been getting along well indeed since the last traumatizing events back in Sigil. They are accompanied by Sonika of the Sensate in Sigil, eager to see this new world, who's full of experience and fun and doesn't care too much about consequences, in contrast to Rose, still from Ark with expectations and standards for everything, with far more in mind than in her frame. Great expectations she has. And the tentative leader of the group, but much diminished in standing since leaving the ship itself, is Alara Angelica Hildegard von Klosswagner, still from Vithalanos, and still trying to hold on to old airs with her companions faithful, Ahi and Tia. They are joined by a new figure, Nerif, a diviner, and an absent-minded one from Sigil itself, always looking forward to his tarot cards, directed here for purposes he does not quite understand himself. It is with this that they begin their adventures, arriving at the docks of Afa town in Zendika, in the middle of a royal no less. The harbour master has very little time to spare for them, and so they make their own haphazard landing at the docks or one of the repair bays, avoiding the worst of the storms. But the moment the shield around the ship goes down, the elements come into full swing, and they barely manage to brave the hazards and elements of Zendika, hostile as it is, getting to the harbour master's office, getting past its guard dog, a strange elemental creature. Other members of the expedition seem to be less lucky than themselves, and the group can consider themselves fortunate to also meet the acquaintances of two apparent native guides to Zendika. One, a goblin named Burke's Tea Leaf, apparently from the Tuk-Tuk tribe, but exiled for being a bit too honest for the group's tastes. The other is a vampire, for the lack of words, called Alexander Moment, who speaks with a strange drawn-out accent and seems to put on airs for only an audience perhaps he can see. The group comes to a quick discussion, getting a lowdown that apparently the Royal Tempest has been in town since a week or so ago, and no one has been venturing out since. Things have been down on their luck, and the group isn't sure when or where they will be able to go after this. For the time being, it is just recommended to hold up, as Verity and Alara's efforts to try and find the others soon proves futile. We begin today in the harbour master's office with the rain pouring down, wet and cold outside. It is not known how much time passes before there's a sound of barking and growls outside from the creature, and then the door opens with the sound of keys. Music.
Are you playing ambient music in the background, Mike?
All right.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah. What the hell?
That's a rare thing that suddenly there's ambient music in the background.
I was like, oh,
is my microphone connected properly? Let me check.
Stepped up his game. I was like, oh.
You do know that you can put into your GM jukebox, right?
No, I have no plans to use that tool.
But it's so good.
Okay.
Anyway,
so you can hear the thing playing through.
Would be louder, but yeah, we can hear it.
Okay, let me reset the mic.
Oh,
Whoa.
Kaboom! It
there goes the
exploded.
boom. There goes the boom.
Can you still hear it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not a bother. Continue. It's fine. It's perfect actually. Sets the mood. Let's go.
In the
Am
background,
I
they
broadcasting
answer us.
something?
Are you?
Are you
Oh, wait.
broadcasting?
We're fine. These guys are paranoid. It's fine. We don't hear anything. Let's go.
I don't hear anything. Let's
I
go.
don't hear anything too.
I put broadcast nothing on, and that's weird.
I still hear background music. What the hell?
Is it the same music thing? Like,
Ollie, oh, pretty cool.
Many flute.
huh? Same thing?
Yeah, that
Okay, I'll
Feb
mute.
9 music.
Okay, you play your music. I'll
Very
go on in
familiar with it.
silence.
But I liked it when there was.
Yeah, I
There's a
actually liked
background
it.
music.
All right, continue.
How are you
Continue.
broadcasting? I have headphones on.
There's ways.
No idea.
There are ways, but
No idea either.
Now, not
Anyway.
Google, like, Discord can't broadcast Hangouts.
there's actually a way for me to broadcast my laptop audio means that I'm speaking through.
Maybe it's you.
No,
Huh.
but I didn't because I have a mic on, so it doesn't default set into
All
my
right,
laptop.
fine. We'll make do with this. Carry on. So there's a knock on the door, and then it opens, creaking back, and in enters a merfolk, slamming the door shut behind him immediately after. Looking around the group. It looks something like this. Wait, let me get the image that's more accurate.
Ah, the host arrives.
Aha.
Water just seems to drip off his scales and into the various channels around.
Wait, did you just put the thing? The
Gate lore map.
Yeah, he
the picture.
put it in Discord.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Ah,
And
may I
immediately
serve?
starts looking around.
Cards.
Alara. Verity will stand up. Alara will also stand up and walk to the front. and
Moment will
say,
stand up and say, "Darling,
Who
You've
have
been
you allowed into my office?
you want them to die outside?"
Alexander Briggs, what is this?
Verity will say.
They were gonna break down the door anyway. So
Either you want them to break down the door, darling, or let them in and the door is safe.
And then Verity will say,
Have you touched anything?
"Of course
Not-
not.
No, we did not. I'm Verity. We are from the sigil.
We are the people who crash landed. The one that you saw.
Look,
The one
I
that called
spent
out
the
to you?
last week sending word out to all the main ports. There is a royal change course. Do not dock. There is a royal temp. What did you say?
We are from Sigil.
A different plane? Your planeswalkers?
Yeah. You know the flying ship that just came in about an hour ago?
Well, it
possibly?
didn't seem to be flying when it came in, rather close to sinking.
Well, we had it land anyway. So we're actually from a different plane.
Can it be? Am I finally being transferred out of this hellhole?
Highly unlikely.
Divine transfer, darling.
Quiet, Alexander. I'm talking to these people. What's
No,
going on?
we came here on a different mission.
Mm.
Are you the docks master?
I am the harbor master Nasruddin.
Nasruddin.
I am Verity, and then he puts a hand out.
From
there.
Seagate, originally. but plans did not coincide.
So you were trapped here for some time then?
Define trapped. No one there comes to Zendikar willingly.
Well, we are here under a mission, so we do come here from Studio.
What do you want?
Well,
I
right
can tell
now
you chose a very bad time to come.
we can see
You
that.
can see that.
Right now we're just looking for some guides, and apparently these people are willing, but we actually cannot go get our funds because it's at our ship, obviously.
Have you seen
Having
people around?
no funds and no guides is a very bad idea.
And then Verity will ask, have you seen people around who were attacked by the elementals?
Excuse me?
Have you seen other groups of people attacked by the elementals outside?
Oh, were they yours?
Yes,
Are
all
they-
of them who come from the ship.
Is that right?
Well, I was wondering why there were idiots walking around with no waterproof gear, no rain gear, no ropes, no harnesses in the middle of. I have
Are they alright?
many hours. I did what I could. I have my limits.
Right.
So they are... Where did they go? Which direction?
In the morning, perhaps we'll talk again. Ugh, it's too late for this.
Do you know where we can stay
you.
for the night?
The Royal is still going strong outside. You can stay here, but again, don't touch anything.
You have
I
our
could-
word.
I could provide us with a place to stay.
You?
Yes. It would. I believe it. We could even set it up outside. Although I have never tried one against the.
Don't be stupid, Burks.
It's something that I was going to try at one point or another. Might as well try it now.
Explain
Well,
to me
what
what
is
this
it
is.
I step outside for a second and see if it works.
I don't think you need to step outside. I don't think you need to step outside, right?
Burks is gonna step outside and
Make
he's
a strength athletics check.
no problem. Here you go.
He's a bear. Let's go bear.
I'm not a bear. 14. How's that favor me?
You are. Oh wait, you have disadvantage because you are small.
I have 14 again.
14.
Yeah. It's 14. Yeah.
All right. You start doing a Mary Poppins as the wind whips you and starts pulling you off.
All right.
Can I
try-
grab him?
Oh, it shoots me back inside? Is that what the wind
No,
does?
it pulls you away.
away.
Can I
Okay.
grab
Where
him?
did he go and pull him before he got stuck?
Because he went out on his own. Like no.
You know what?
I would have tied a rope before like I stepped out into
Did
the
you
wind.
declare it?
I didn't. That's fair.
I'm gonna just like grab whatever rope nearby and just like throw it to throw it to the other.
Try
group
and
run out.
lasso.
Yeah, Verity will try to...
Burks, you'll go first before anyone tries to do anything else.
Moment is just.
I don't think it's. Is it my go really? Because I mean I'm being blown away. So people should be allowed to move.
Swept away.
Yeah.
Try to save yourself before it comes to the other people to do so.
All right. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna try to make my hearth of moonlight and shadow to see if that, if I can create.
What does that do?
No, wait, no. I think I need to be like chill and not being blown around to make it. Never mind.
What does that
Can-
do?
You'll find out in a second after when I'm not being blown away.
Do you have anything to stop yourself from being blown away?
I have exactly
into a
just something. I take out like what looks to be like just a smooth cylindrical rod of some kind
Yes.
out of my bag. I hold it aloft and I click it and I hold on.
Hey!
Okay.
Immobilized.
Lovely.
You are holding on for now. Every round you need to make an athletics check or you lose grip off the rod.
Okay.
Tie yourself
Everyone
in.
may try and do something. He's not
Verity will drag him back.
make your own athletics check against the weather.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Verity handle
Drag.
this.
Come
Do
on,
it, do
Rogue.
it.
I'm. This is actually like
27.
Yes!
this is actually
Natural.
really an in-game experiment because Burks wouldn't know if this works against this kind
Okay.
of weather.
Verity, you managed to steel yourself against the winds blowing and everything. And do you manage to? Yeah, you managed to reach Burks and pull him back in.
Verity is like, before you go out, just take precautions, please. And he's like, drag him, close the door.
He,
The immovable rod's still outside.
Yeah, it's okay.
if he grabbed me, I wouldn't leave it outside. I would unclick it and like let him drag me off. I don't think I'm that stupid. Yeah.
All right, you take it and go back in. And the harbor master looked at the both of you.
Soaking wet now, like
Local guides, yes. Please continue.
Alara
as I was
has
saying-
like an eyebrow raised, but it's
He-
alright. I trust
as I was
you.
saying, I would like to attempt this to see if I can house.
Would
Maybe
you like
less
to
dangerous circumstances.
would you like to
Alright.
next time try, tying a rope around you before you leave?
Yes, it escaped me for a moment, but it is fine.
Do you want to try that
But
again?
I'm here, darling.
DM, I would like to see if I can pass. Like, I'll set up my immovable rod. I'll tie some rope, and then I'll see if I can stay stationary on the outside.
The harbor master.
With moments
If you're
help
going to
and
step
with
out
Verity's
again,
help.
I'm going to close the door behind you. I have no patience for this.
All right, wait, what was the Harvest Master's name again? Sorry, I didn't catch it just now. earlier.
His name,
Nasruddin.
yeah, his name is Nas.
Yes.
I can't even hear the pronunciation.
All right, then I'm gonna remove my immovable rod, and then I'll just look at Nasruddin or Nasruddin. Is that how you say it? Yeah, Nasruddin. I'm gonna look at Nasruddin and go. Very well. I will forgo my test. I'll just show it to you people in here, and I will try to create my hearth of moonlight and shadow.
Click on the skill description.
There is no skill description. This is roll 20, but I can paste it to you. Give me a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nasruddin holds up a hand. You are inside my office. It's quite secure.
It is not for you, Harbor Master. Quartermaster. It is more for them so that they may see what I was going.
Alexander, you have 10 seconds to improve my mood.
His music.
I'm going to attempt to acrobat and try to what you call those things again? What you call performance acrobat and try to make a joker out of myself.
Okay. Assuming you know anything about the harbor master Nasruddin,
Mm-hmm.
his work days on average are about like 8 hours long and usually longer. And
Wow, that's rough. Okay.
he's a certain kind of character,
Isn't 8 hours long like normal work hours?
non-stop.
Okay.
Do I know what would enlighten him?
I mean, based on the way he's spoken and acts so far, do you have any guesses?
He
Yes,
just
sir.
wants to
Punch
sleep
the goblin.
He just wants
and
to
rest
sleep.
and not put up with bullshit.
Punch the goblin.
I understand him.
Punch the goblin.
I'm not gonna punch the goblin.
There you go.
Please would punch the goblin.
So he looks exhausted. Does he look injured?
You can't tell, Verity.
Can't
Shit, I
tell?
do not have magical
Can I
spells.
can I insight
Medicine?
check to see is he sick?
I-
Is he looking
let's see.
uncomfortable?
I would just go with the being a jester all of myself then.
Go on.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what?
What are you trying to do?
Tell us what you want to do. How do you want to destroy this man?
He does a flip.
How big is the room? I want to jump around.
Oh my god.
I don't think. Oh no. Alright.
I want to jump around. How
One.
big is the room?
Don't break anything. Ha ha ha.
I tried to.
He does sick flips.
Like how,
Parkour, man.
yeah, how big is the room and how much jumping acrobatics thing I can do?
Oh my god.
You start jumping around and he immediately stands up. What are you doing?
Oh, he's
Darling,
dancing! And Sony's gonna start dancing.
Oh no.
Alara's gonna stand up and really loudly go, "Enough!
Oh no.
Everybody
Right, he
sit
says-
down."
Let the man rest.
It was
It
entertaining
was a
though.
good dance.
It was
too.
entertaining.
Man, what is up with people and crits tonight? Holy shit.
Because you're not fighting. See, it's useless crit.
I didn't say you needed to roll.
No, I just wanted to see.
And then she, after saying enough, she looks at Nasruddin and she goes, "Well, does this kind of fiasco happen often with these two? You seem to know them
most
really
people
well."
have more common sense than this.
Well,
You're in a foreign territory where the environment itself strives to kill you, and this is how you behave.
again, this is
I
not.
whispered to the goblin and said, "Yes."
Do I hear this?
What's Alara's passive perception?
18.
Yes, you do.
She shoots Alexander a glare.
I probably notice her noticing, and then I look at Alara, and then I just shake my head like, no, we don't.
You can look for other guides tomorrow morning.
Are we gonna be okay?
We'll sit here quietly waiting for the storm to abate. In the meantime, I thank the little goblin for helping, or at least trying to. We'll stay out of your way.
I don't know. This recent behavior doesn't reassure me. Perhaps you should find lodgings elsewhere.
If you could give us any options, perhaps?
I'm not sure about options, but you can try the inn.
We could take you there.
Which direction
In this
would the inn
rain?
be? We can't stay here. It seems that we've overstayed our welcome.
Yes.
He works
The
very
cost
long
of coin
hours.
has more patience as long as you have coin.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Okay.
Coin,
Okay.
More patience as long as you have coin.
Coins. Where,
Yes.
with the S or without the S?
We don't really have much coins.
Okay. I know how this is going, darling. Okay, here you go. I
Firstly, in Zendika, don't tell guides that you don't have coin.
take out 5 gold and then put it in his hand. Just
I
for now,
am not
darling.
an inn.
I know, but just for now, darling. Just for now.
Keep it. I am the harbor master.
Alara's like shaking her head. Ridiculous.
I thought we were doing so well when he
Guys, though.
came.
No, man, you don't tell people you don't have money. What's wrong with you?
What is the truth?
That's
Stop
like,
lying.
no.
Verity stands up and then he says,
Darling.
"All right, I
Darling.
guess we will be going now. Let's not
Darling.
let's
Darling.
not overstay our welcome."
Darling. Look. We will help you. Just for this once. To find you someplace better. For now. Okay?
I
It
take
will
out.
be free of charge. It will be free of charge, darling.
Okay, alright. Hold up for a
I-
second. Just out of character, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure it was the guides fucking around that's getting us kicked out. I'm pretty sure.
Exactly.
Like
This
all
is
the ARC people haven't done shit.
Hi there.
That is
Oh, I'm from Seychelles.
Right. Alara takes her hand out of her little satchel of monies. Free of charge.
free of charge, darling.
As soon as the storm abates, we're going to go back to our ship and gather some funds. And then we'll be able to pay you for being a guide.
You don't have to.
So,
It is mostly our
You can
fault.
carry on this conversation somewhere else. He starts
okay,
pulling
okay, darling. I understand, darling. Okay.
She's gonna get everybody to retie the ropes again, so we don't fly off.
I'm gonna tie my rope to the little goblin.
I go to Burks. Burks, that thing that you were pressing,
Yes.
that is actually really, really good to help us not fly away, you know?
You tend to spend your gold wisely when you want to stay alive.
Would you like to take the lead? Maybe you can hold on to Verity over here, he's really strong.
As you wish.
Darling, are you going to transform or are you gonna stay in this form?
Usually, I would transform. However, in this circumstance, someone else stronger than I will be assisting, so I have no worry.
Okay, darling. Just to be clear, I will be the end of this rope.
And I will be at the front, as we usually do. Come, let us be off.
Right.
And
He will salute to the harbor master, and then he'll say, "Thank you for saving our life, for giving us refuge."
And
from
thank
our
you.
enemies."
Yeah, and thank you for your hospitality. And
What
then-
exactly are you after here?
He looks at him, and then he looks at Ara, and then he says,
Perhaps we can
"Yeah,
speak
here."
more at the inn that you mentioned, because if we die on the way, there's no story really.
No, what brought you to Zendikar?
The bindings.
Artifacts.
Yes.
We're looking for runes.
We are looking for runes to bind, well, gods.
What?
have a good day, Portmaster.
Big supernatural powers. That's all.
Just know that we're your average travelers looking for adventure and gold and artifacts.
Well, you'll find no shortage of guides to the compass point, but not many of them will be available.
Point.
I see. Thank you.
Inn.
Then Verity will go to the front and help with the holding the thingy.
Okay.
It is not nice to call a goblin a thingy, however
No, I'm
small.
saying that what rod, immovable.
The
rod.
immovable. I think the Burks is holding the immovable rod. Yeah.
And you're holding me.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
holding you,
still holding
what?
onto him.
Like a football.
Like
like
under
a
your
football.
arm.
I'm holding the goblin who is holding the rod.
Yes.
I think
much.
you should just take the rod.
Pretty much.
We don't want the goblin to fly away.
Yeah.
So I
take the
one
rod.
hand hold the goblin and one hand hold the rod.
Wow. Wow.
Are you gonna?
I love
are you
this.
gonna use like your horse again?
Nah.
Here is the question: we have the rod. Do we need the horse?
We
have an
don't-
anchor.
We don't
Is it-
really need it. I don't
This
think.
is a bunch of bickering that can be easily solved. Burks passes the immovable rod
Okay, I want to ask about this immovable rod, right? Can you move? I don't think you can move because
No,
you
no.
activate
You
it.
can't.
You-
Face down.
An immovable rod.
The minute
How do
somebody's
you move it?
no, you're holding onto it.
Out of character or in character?
Out of character.
Okay,
Out of
okay.
character. Okay.
The immovable rod. Let's just say that the magical property is when you click the rod, it will become immovable.
Yeah.
But once you unclick
Exactly.
So
I'm wondering
click it.
how are you guys using
You
it
have to keep
move?
clicking it. You have to keep clicking
no. As in, we keep moving, but the minute somebody seems like they're about to fly away, you click it to get leverage.
I see.
It's kind
Alright.
of like an anchor.
Yeah, it's an anchor so you don't fly away.
Really risky.
I
You
don't
can-
think so.
You can use it pseudo climbing gear as well if you want to use it that way, which is like
Okay,
you click,
so-
move, and then click, and then move, and then click, and then move.
That too.
If you want to do that.
Either way, it's a really good thing to
It's
have.
not, it's
Either
not as
way-
good as
Either way,
giant.
look.
It's not as good as a giant.
See,
aura.
okay, I'm not sure out of character that Arya is good to pop out again because
No,
those things
Yeah,
are
what
watching.
we can do though, is you can just get Burks to turn into like a bear or some shit, and then just make the bear a giant.
Oh, yeah, that's
what
true,
I'm
too.
about to do.
That was,
Okay.
that
We
was
will.
the original. Yeah.
I passed the immovable rod to Verity, and then I show him her. I don't know at this point because I never saw him.
He
underneath
took
his
off
armor.
his armor.
He didn't put
Oh,
the
he took off his
helmet.
armor. All right.
Yeah.
But
Like-
the helmet is only
fucking
for
hell.
like drying stuff.
Yeah,
for a while.
Yeah.
He shows you how to operate it, and then he turns into like a large bear.
Okay.
Oh, fancy.
Alara
You're
is
big
mildly
much
perturbed by this.
Oh.
It's like
It's
this
like a
tiny
teddy
thing
bear.
turns
So
into
wait,
a
so
bear.
now is Verity taking the immovable rod and then Bear is behind Verity or what?
Bear can take point.
Yeah, just bear replaces giant Arya.
Yeah.
Just bury it.
Then the rod? We don't need to use it.
You're holding on
rod-
to the
the
rod
rod
just in
The
case.
smallest person.
Alright then.
Because Verity is not likely going to need the rod.
Because
Yeah.
if anybody flies away because we're tied together, Verity still can be the anchor by clicking. Because if the person flies away and they're
No,
panicking,
but why not just give it to the person who's most likely to fly away so they don't
Because
fly
you
away?
still need
because
to hold
they're
on to the rod.
yeah, they're still
You get
need.
a snap of a pen at the desk behind you as this whole discussion continues.
This discussion is out of character though.
Yeah.
I'm considering a certain amount of in character time as well.
Okay,
in
we've
character.
already left.
Yeah, we've actually already left.
I lead the way.
But Verity is still holding on because he's the most likely able to actually hold on to it. Unless he
Alright,
wants to
so-
tie.
I
Well,
guess it's
let's
exactly
go.
the same like marching order
Anchor,
and
roll
shit.
your athletics check.
Who's rolling athletics check?
Anchor.
Anchor.
You as in a bear.
So
Bear. All right, cool.
Bear form.
bear and bear.
Uh,
Bear have to
Let's
roll.
see. Slash DR 1b20 plus.
No one has
4.
bless? Oh wait, bless is a minute.
Enlarge being cast.
Do you want Sony to enlarge the bear?
up to you.
I'm
I
going.
can make it bigger.
I'm already a bear. I can't. You guys can't understand me.
I'm gonna cast the same thing as last time again. What was it? Gust of wind, and make sure one side is covered at least.
Then Sony will cast enlarge on the bear.
Got 23 DM.
Bear is
sorry.
huge.
Bear is
Huge bear.
Are Sony and
successful.
Rosa riding on the bear?
Do we have to?
Is the bear enlarged?
Yes.
The bear is enlarged.
Okay, then make your athletics with advantage.
All right. It was a 23. Now it shall be
Bear's huge.
23 still, because that was the higher roll of the two.
Okay.
23.
Okay. The bear heads out with Sonica and Rose tied to its back, and the others tied behind it.
Yep.
Yeah, anything else you guys are doing?
Aside
The
from
gust.
yeah, there's gust of wind flanking us at the
Okay, are we
Direction of
going with the
most wind.
same?
Yeah. We need to add
You need to add moment.
vampire in.
The moment
Yeah,
can be found somewhere
moment's
in the
flanking.
middle.
Moment's flanking. for
moment
sure.
is at the back.
Yeah, I'm at
Yeah,
the
he-
front.
he
Verity at the
Someone
back or
said.
moment at the back?
No, Verity is behind the bear. Moment is the last one to go.
You
Okay,
sure?
so it's the
No,
That's
'cause,
what he
like,
said.
Look at the thing. Look at our
initial.
lineup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
initial
we also agreed that moment was like taking
Going to
The
be
butt.
the last.
the caboose.
That's what Kang said at least. I mean, you guys
Yeah.
could discuss with him.
So he can just be like behind Verity. Sure, whatever.
I just because it's just a normal thing that I have to be look at behind, but I'm also very easy to fly away. So the front have the anchor is the best one.
Okay, so Verity is behind the bear. The
No,
two
Verity's
girls.
behind, and then Moment is behind Verity.
That doesn't make
Alright.
sense.
No, that doesn't make sense.
It's like
Because
Verity
you guys
should be
have
all
to
the
be
way in front.
between Verity and Moment.
why?
Huh?
You guys gonna stay here?
We're
Yeah,
already in the
we are doing it
we're
how
in the
we did the
conga line.
first time.
Yeah.
Verity be behind, being the anchor at the back, so that people don't fly away.
Oh, but the bear would be at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there's no horse anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bear replaces Arya.
Okay, so yeah, that would be our marching order then.
So I'd like to point out there's no reactions to the goblin turning to a bear.
I did say I had a reaction.
I mean,
It's pretty
Verity
much
sees
like
Barrett turn into
shock.
humans.
I see the
Moments in
future,
this
I
a
knew
lot
this
of
was gonna happen.
moments in this a lot of times, so there's no reaction to it.
Have you guys seen a druid before? I mean, I know Verity has.
me.
Okay, Sigil people are fine, I guess.
Oh look, there's a human changing bear.
Alar is still mildly
I'll be
perturbed.
surprised when I'm conscious.
I'll stop it and look. Do goblins here usually do this?
Who's he asking?
Who's he
I'm
talking to?
asking the only other person who's still a guide who can answer.
That's you.
Darling, I would say that because of how
I'm
he
not
was
your darling.
harbor master. I almost said that word. Because of his attribute that he is kind of the rare one that can turn into a bear.
I'm not the harbor master.
It's Sayo,
wait.
right?
Wait, which one is
Xyle.
it talking? Which one is it talking right now? I do not know because I never know who is who.
Sayo, the red guy.
Okay, it's
Correct.
one is one of the people that came in with Verity.
Oh, okay. I would say like, okay. Let's say that because he is one of the rare individuals that can turn into one. Usually, Goblin doesn't do that.
That is good to know. Let us go now.
Okay, open the door. Let's
And
go
we leave.
outside and close the door.
Okay, Verity make an athletics check as well as Alara with advantage.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
Wait,
here
is Mormon in the
goes.
back now?
Yes.
Behind Verity.
Yes.
Okay, Mormont and Alara make athletics check with advantage.
Oh god.
Okay,
no.
okay, okay.
Oh,
Have
You
fun.
guys want to swap real quick?
Yeah, you guys want to
Okay,
swap real quick?
Declared go.
Atletico.
It's been declared, guys. Too late.
Okay.
Well, because Moment insists on being at the back, so.
Oh, okay,
That's
19. Yes, yes.
15.
15's.
Okay, you're holding on for now against the howling winds that pick up whip again. And that's when. Let's roll.
Initiative.
The dog attacks us.
Everyone takes 3 bludgeoning damage as it starts like raining little shards of ice from the storm.
Are you serious?
Everyone?
now?
Yes.
Help! Help! Help!
Hell.
Take it.
Everyone get 3 damage.
Yeah.
Yes. People who are concentrating on spells, you know what happens.
Roll your
Concentration.
concentration.
You just have to be 10, right? It can't be that hard.
Concentration. What is?
Come on, then.
Do I just
Concentration of what? Wisdom? Wait, what?
Con-
Wait,
con-
concentration?
concentration.
Wait.
Saving throw.
Concentration on your con saving throw.
So just con save. Roll a
Clearly,
con
I've
save.
never done this.
Oh
Wow.
my god, it's an
Holy.
natural.
Oh,
No, well, that is Sony. That is Sony, not
Rip,
Rose.
rip gust.
Yeah,
Uh,
Gus goes. It's half?
No, you rolled a natural one, so I don't think that saves
Okay,
either
that
way.
fails.
Yeah.
So let's see. Okay, Alara, like
Fuck, now we're wet too.
smack into you, and your gust is wind like fades away, and immediately your side is being assaulted as well from the winds in all directions.
Do we all have to roll?
Mormon
Only if you're
and Bear
concentrating
make
on
an
spells.
athletics check normal
Oh
because like the
and
middle
who?
has been compromised.
Oh,
no.
Wait,
Moment
so
and
Moment,
Verity, right?
Moment and who? Verity?
Mormon and Bear.
Oh,
and
okay.
Bear.
Cool,
Okay.
cool, cool, cool. Gotcha. No problem.
Okay, I
yeah.
want to ready action if Moment loses,
I
he'll
got a natural
activate
20.
immovable
Yay.
rod.
Yay.
Nice.
Where's my athletics?
Immovable rod won't help you in that you're moving completely. Okay, Alexander is starting to lag behind, and his feet are starting to lift off the ground a bit, and Verity starts feeling the lift as well. You can still carry on.
I'm gonna
Can Verity
cast.
pull Moment to the front so that he's at the back?
What?
I'm
You're
gonna.
tied up.
Huh?
What do you mean? You're tied in that formation. You have to untie yourself.
I see. Well,
Unless you want to put.
There is
You want
another-
to have
there's
Moment
another
next to
way.
you.
There is another way. Just put me next to you.
that's true. I can just grab hold on Moment, I guess.
Like you
As in,
guys
like,
just be
she's
buddies
lifting
together.
up, so now Verity is the back anchor now.
Oh,
You have
That's
five
better.
behind
Just stay
you.
as a kite Moment. Just stay as a kite.
I'm going
It's
to cast Gust of Wind at level 3. So
Okay.
More power.
Yeah, clerics, man. Woo!
Okay. So let's see. This is you have moved 60 feet so far. What
we are
is it?
still 40.
Only? I got a crit, DM. Come on.
Huh? You're only as fast as your slowest member. Unless you want to drag them all behind.
Nope, nope, no. I take it back. Nope, nope,
Footing.
nope.
that is fine.
Okay,
It's
you
fine.
continue moving on, braving the rain and all that. Let me roll another. You take another 5 points of hail damage, all of you, as like the rain continues to crystallize and crush against you from above.
Hell
And
no.
the peal of thunder from above as well.
Then
Hell
Wait,
no.
everyone
Con
takes another
save.
4 damage?
5
Five.
11 for con save.
concentration. Yeah. Sony?
That
I'm
makes it. You just
wondering-
need to beat a 10. Oh god.
Is Absorb Elements gonna help? Because it's
I think it's
technically
like piercing damage.
elemental piercing.
No, this
I
is
mean, they'll
hail.
still take damage.
Unfortunate.
Okay. The bear begins shrinking to normal size.
Oh,
It's bear for what the fuck's happening?
What's your highest passive perceptions here?
I
think
think 18.
It's Alara.
Alara.
What is
Maybe
Rix's
Rosa.
passive perception?
18.
Okay, both of you. You see, like, not too far away is another one of those, like, gathering storms, like those moving storms of elementals.
Who had passed without a trace last time?
Rose.
Is it the ranger?
Rose.
Yeah.
Anger. But it's too
Yeah.
loud for me to shout to her, though. Never mind. Forget it. She's going to.
Wait, what
She's-
do we see in the front again?
You guys see nothing. It's just the two of
Yeah.
us.
Okay.
So
Branded
Alara
just
is going to
gonna-
look to her back and motion to everybody. She's going to point 2 fingers at her eyes, and then she's going to point to the thing, and then she's going to. I know it might not make sense, but she's going to put a finger to her mouth, like shh.
Everyone else make a perception with disadvantage to see what the heck is going on through all the storming and Alara making this motion and everything.
What? Perception.
Oh no.
Disadvantage.
Xander
Age
gets it.
disadvantage.
Oh, Rose got 20.
No,
no,
that's not.
Rose got 15.
Oh, 15? Good.
And Sony gets.
Okay, Rose, which is the critical person in front, notices this. The
Yeah,
bear
the-
also notices but can't communicate.
Okay,
Okay.
Rose.
Rose,
That's without a
Alara
trace.
has alerted you of a danger up ahead. What do you wish to do?
What does the danger look like again?
Elemental.
The
giant
elemental,
tornado.
the giant,
Tornado.
scary
Mm,
thing.
they're not directly in our path, right?
We're getting there.
Getting
No.
there.
I mean,
We are getting there.
if I use pass without a trace, even if we go, I mean, even if I use pass without a trace, if we go right up to their face, they can see us. So are they like to the northeast of us or directly in front of us?
If you pass without trace, it's because you don't want it to see you from a distance and start coming.
I see.
They're not in our direct line of path. Like,
Then I will do that.
We can see them, but they can't see us yet.
Alright. So I will give an OK sign. Like, you know, the sign would that if you see it, you lose the game. Oh no, wait, is that the sign? And I will use pass without a trace.
Have a nice view.
Pass without a trace of concentration spell.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
it is a
So
concentration
we have
Yep.
spell.
So
So
no, that
counts.
is under Rose. Rose is not concentrating on anything right now.
Okay.
Alright. Allow me.
Also, Sony lost her enlarge.
I put Rose inside a bubble.
Oh,
I thought you put Rose inside a bag.
never put
Resilient-
what bubble?
Resilient sphere for Rose.
Oh,
Can it move?
Yes, it can. Like it can be carried by stuff.
Okay, so the concentration is now on Nerif.
Yes.
Oh.
so at least we have like a buffer, you know.
I have this.
Okay.
So I think I'm more likely to.
Oh yay!
move it.
Everyone, make your stealth checks.
Yay.
Yay. So,
okay.
where is-
Wait. Only those up to Alara get plus 10.
Oh, am I out of
11.
Do I need stealth because I'm not moving?
Because you're a 30-foot radius thingy.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm-
Verity is gonna make it with disadvantage.
I'm away. I'm a giant bear. Do I make it with disadvantage? No, I'm a
No,
bear.
no.
I know how to camouflage. What am I talking about? Yes, don't worry about it.
I think the only people that are likely to fail are the back people.
I got 8.
Okay,
got 7.
this is a
Okay.
team check.
10! A fat 10.
You
Okay,
plus
so-
10 pass without trace, the people in
Yeah.
front from Alara.
Oh,
Alara 21 pass, Verity fail, Alexander pass, Rose pass, Burks pass. Okay,
plus
the
10 is
team
fine.
effort succeeds for this round.
Yay.
Phew.
That's what I'd like to hear.
Good job, team.
Okay,
Temporarily.
you move on another 30 feet, like keeping yourself down and low and away from the angry manifested weather itself. Let's see. Okay, Bear and Verity, do your strength athletics checks.
Normal or
Let's see. Normal.
Please be good.
14?
14 is good. Kib has gone AFK for a while to speak to his parents.
Everyone takes 1 point of bludgeoning damage from the weather.
Okay.
Concentration checks again.
Okay.
Wait, Rose doesn't, right? Because she's in
Rose
bubble.
is
doesn't.
bubble.
Rose is protected and doesn't.
25.
Rose is in the bubble.
How long does this bubble thing last?
Check your spells. I don't know.
A fair bit.
1 minute only though.
Yeah, it's only 1 minute.
One minute is like 10 rounds. You can...
Yes, 10 rounds is quite a bit of time. Another 30 feet. Okay, those are Burks and Alexander.
Now.
You
okay.
think that the inn is about only 100 more feet away, the compass point. You're crossing currently what seems to be the remains of a wharf, like just washed inland, and like the completely gutted remains of what must have been like a watchtower at some point collapsed in from the royal and struck by lightning repeatedly.
Oh no.
Damn.
Does that mean we have to pass this thing to get to the inn?
No, as in like the structure is gone, but whatever caused it is long past.
Oh. But we know where is it, the inn. Okay.
Sorry, I'm back. False alarm.
And up ahead, like you can see like a cart of some kind being dragged across by the wind heading in your direction. How do you wish to evade or deal with this?
Shit.
Is it coming straight at me?
It's being slowly being sliding across the ground, sometimes overturning a bit.
Can we avoid it?
Well, if we use anything to try to stop it, it will be loud.
Nerif did the thing.
I'll see if I can
What did I
stop
do?
it. Stop it with
Yeah,
my giant bear
levitate.
body.
Okay. Or maybe
If it's coming our way.
Currently concentrating, I think.
Oh, Nerif is
Yes.
concentrating. Never mind.
Yeah, I'll see if I can stop it with my body or get a good grab at it with my teeth. Like,
I can throw a fireball
It's
at
a
it. if you
cart.
like.
It's gonna slam the whole of you.
oh, all of us? Oh, damn.
It's a
As
what?
in, it's a large size object.
Can
Oh,
we-
you mean it's like a wagon, like where people sit inside? I thought it was
Yes.
just like a carting thing for a vegetable. Sorry. Okay. No.
No, it's not a wheelbarrow. It's a cart.
Okay. Sorry.
Can
my
we
bad.
collectively move out of the way? Is there enough time?
I can
Don't
throw a
think so.
fireball at
Okay,
it. and
you all
it
have
can try to
limited
swipe
movement
it
because
away.
of the rope and everything.
Yeah, because of the room.
Uh-huh.
Oh god.
I'll try fireballing it. Like it's coming at us, right?
I
And
would
it's going to
hazard
hit us.
not making too much noise.
Yeah, we don't want to make spells because spells like have sound. Fireball
Yeah,
have crackling sound. We have.
I mean, it's
anything to
either
try
that
to
or
avoid.
it slams
But
it.
the cart's gonna slam into us, and that's gonna make sound. So,
Yeah.
you know,
And they're gonna get
Okay,
blown
how,
away.
how heavy is this cart thingy?
It's real heavy.
It's
Boom.
huge.
oh, that's a lot of ones.
Boom.
Okay,
Enough
that's
of joy.
Oh.
Damage.
24.
You evaporate the cart, like the fire just streaking through the rain and like blasting it to pieces.
Do we hear a lot of tss, 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 tss?
Yes, you do.
I'm
no.
gonna
To compromise your own self because this is the storming weather all around you.
I'm gonna observe the big angry thing. Does it see us?
Actually, guys, I just realized I also have pass without trace. Never mind.
Oh my god, just cast it now.
How? How does a
I could-
paladin
I
have
could cast it
pass
now,
without
though.
trace?
Okay.
There's a
That's a
particular
good
class of paladin can
Hmm?
use pass without
Next round
trace.
begins. Everyone do your stealth checks again as a group.
I'm gonna
Okay.
use my
Verity,
pass without
pass
trace,
without
man.
trace.
So basically,
20
anyone
total.
until Alara also get
16.
the one behind also
Okay,
get.
so everyone is covered with
Yes. Oh my god.
32.
So I am I roll normal.
21.
Actually, I still disadvantage, but
Yes.
with 10.
Wait, when you're a bear, do you use bear stats or your stats?
He used my stats.
physical
I
stat.
got a 15.
Ooh, okay. I forgot about that. Give me a second. So it's not a 22. It is a.
You get a plus 10, so it's 32.
Oh no, because he's using
Without the plus 6
goblin.
is still 26.
minus-
so.
What is that? 22, 16, 26. There you go.
I
Minus
got a
6.
15.
Because bears have +0 dex. Brown bears have +0 dex.
So 26 easy.
Yeah. Just -6. It's all good.
I have
Okay.
Svansik.
Let's check the group. Everyone passes.
Yes.
Phew.
Oh, phew.
Okay.
Right. It seems that for the time being, you're evading the notice of the storm elementals and such. And again, another round of hail defense.
Is Nerif within aura? I don't think so, right?
Oh, he's
Rose has it.
Huh?
Rose,
Everyone's in the aura because we have Verity in the back doing it and Rose.
No,
doing
no,
it.
I
not
mean the
aura, like protection aura.
Patient
paladin
facts,
aura.
because paladin aura.
Paladin Aura, then reach Alara.
Only reach Alara, right?
No, it only reaches Mormont and Ahi
Yeah.
and Tira and Sile.
Okay.
It's okay, I
Oh,
make the
huge.
save.
Wait,
So
isn't this
Alara
side?
only fails if she rolls a 1.
Oh.
This side?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Pretty much.
It's like-
Everyone is passing so far. Okay. Another 30 feet of progress. Oh,
Wait, who is the ass? In front of Verity.
That's a good question. Because I thought this is Sile.
No,
like,
this
next to
is
me.
Saya at the front.
Sile is the front, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
Ahir,
Then who is
Tia,
this guy?
and not this guy is
It's an
Sile.
imposter.
Sony is on top. Who is that?
Sony's on the back.
Oh, it was Sony.
Okay.
It's Sony's on the bear. What?
Okay. Delete
I'm
the
riding
line.
you.
Yep,
So
yep, yep,
next,
yep.
everyone do the let's see. The next thing is Bear and Verity strength athletics checks for this round.
Okay.
Do it.
Come on, roll good.
7.
Uh-oh.
Eh,
With advantage, 'cause you're
23.
big. Wait,
do
no,
I-
you're not big
no,
anymore.
you don't have
Okay.
enlarge anymore.
So
Yeah, I
the
don't have
problem is
enlarge.
that as you're going along, Verity is anchoring the line, but the bear is starting to get blown off course.
Oh no.
Can't get any ground.
He's not flying, he's just
like,
shifting to the side.
Slipping and skittering in the wetness.
Uh-oh.
I think if you keep making that sound, Sony's gonna reply to you sometimes.
Grr.
Bear shifting off course.
A bear shifting off course.
Can anyone pull the bear back on course?
Sayo and Nerif can try.
Yeah.
Can we try?
Only Nerif can try because you're only the one right behind the bear.
Go, Nerif!
Oh, sure.
You can do it.
Man.
Oh!
Roll 20 coming through.
The random Bobo manages to grab the bear.
That is hilarious!
Okay.
Purple magic.
How do you do this, Nerif?
I grab the rope and pull. And I know it's gonna work somehow.
The image is hilarious in my mind of little Nerif pulling large bear.
No, it's
I can
pretty much.
minor illusion like an arrow next to his face so he can tell that he's going the wrong way.
That works, that works. Like, I sort of imagine like a person in a car with a mattress strapped to the top and he's holding the mattress as well just in case. Like it's gonna help.
Let's see.
Okay, like this is the final stretch now. You all sense it as like the wind begins to whip even stronger now.
Oh no.
Oh god.
You're reaching close to the epicenter of things, and safety beckons just slightly ahead in front of form of one of the most reinforced buildings in the whole area. Those of you who have been here before are Bricks and Alexander. To normal observers, the building would look like it was made from stone. The native stone around here and jutting out from the Alpha Town port side and the mountain and rocks. Those of you who know its history knows it was in fact carved out of the rock. The innkeeper insisted that the building not fly off like the three predecessors.
I see. Well, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense.
So it's technically a mountain carved into an inn.
The other way around, but yes.
An inn
those
carved into a
you,
mountain.
In tough
see
India.
this creature, like looming overhead in distance, ominously, looking as if like the mountain itself arose and was like whipping the winds around itself.
What's this? Elemental.
Another more elemental stuff.
Those of you who are native here, you would deduce that something like this, a massive elemental, even bigger than the lightning ones, this would probably be the heart of the royal tempest.
Wait, what?
That's the thing that's causing
thing
all of this.
middle of the royal tempest.
Above the inn.
Far behind in the distance.
Okay. Okay.
It's
I thought it's like.
you can see it.
Okay, I thought like it was just above the inn.
I was freaking out for a second there.
Yeah, I was freaking out. The tempest is here. Okay. Chill. I get it. Okay.
So, what's everyone's plans?
We keep
We
moving.
get into the inn.
We get into the inn.
Yes.
Pretty sure there's no.
We enter the house.
Yes, enter the house.
We enter the establishment.
Royal elemental.
All right. So final round, stealth checks, everyone.
Da-da-da-da.
Checks.
Stealth check.
17.
18.
Rex, why?
31.
Oh, Brooks. No.
Rose and Sony.
Okay, that's good.
I'm
32.
large bear.
No, you're not enlarged anymore.
No, I mean like oh.
Oh my
Still a
god.
16. That's still a 16.
Still a
You are
16.
16, guys. We're all
It's still a 16, yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
okay.
There's
No.
a pretty high
No.
perception.
Uh-huh.
You are noticed.
Run in!
Run!
Everyone takes
Run!
5 points of bludgeoning damage from the hailstones. Concentration checks up around.
Alright.
Okay, do I get the aura of vitality now that
Yep, you
the
do,
S
you do.
is okay, so what does that mean?
face.
You get
Plus
plus 5.
five.
Okay.
Depending on
Plus
what's
five.
his current, I think.
17 plus 5 then.
Concentration checks are all up. And then now athletics checks for the bear and Verity.
Got it.
Dun, dun, dun.
15.
I got a 16.
Okay. Bricks is trying to haul the group along, but Verity is lagging back.
I got a 16 though.
16. Athletics, not a saving throw.
No, but he has advantage.
No advantage, then it's 11.
Advantage. You stopped having advantage once bear became large.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, initiative.
Okay.
Let's
What
go.
has
Group check.
what has found
What
us?
is happening, guys? I got a 21. What is happening?
That is good, that is good.
Who are you? What have you done, Verity?
Who am I, guys?
Who's Bricks? Oh, Burks is roll. Alexander Mon.
One more.
Oh,
Who else is the last? What? The?
The joke, that's a
What is that number?
It's because she has like
19.2.
the percentage thing on. Because
Why
she
is
a
there a
ranger.
point two?
Why is it
She
a
a
point
ranger.
2? Let me check.
Because you have
because you
plus
have
2.
the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Tiebreaker.
Yeah. If you add Dex tiebreaker, that's what happens.
Yep.
It just
But
comes like that.
why is it only 2? I have like... Why is it only 2? Or is it 20?
Why did Burks roll twice?
No. I was
No,
just
he
showing
was
off the
giving
tiebreaker.
It's
example.
20.
You wasted.
Okay. Okay. You all beat
I'm
the
a 10, I'm a 10.
initiative of the Tempest element.
Yes!
Wait, what?
Yes.
That's slow. Okay.
Shut up!
Okay.
You all charge into the inn, and your last hurdle, the inn door is currently locked.
Ah!
Somebody pick the lock!
How do you get yourself in within 6 seconds?
Can't
So-
fireball, the whole storm is gonna come in.
Wait,
To attempt
I'm
a-
going to bash it in.
wait.
Dimension.
Officer style.
Okay, Nerif is going to dimension door and open the door.
Oh,
Can I
okay.
estimate how? I bring Sayo with me because he's next to me.
No, style.
Okay.
Okay, style.
All right.
Come along, Justice. Poof.
What about the
Sayo,
rope?
no time in like hauling the door open on from the other side, which is just as well. Like you hear exclamations from like people around and like weapons being drawn, but Sayo is already pushing the door open, and the rest of you slam your way in,
Yay.
despite time being.
Yay! Good job,
Verity's
everyone.
going to put a hand on Nerif and says, "Thank you. You've saved your life more than once today."
Alara's just gonna lean against the door like, nope.
Sony's like, this is so exhilarating.
I aggressively shake off Sony.
Hey!
I let Rose out of her bubble.
She's a hamster.
Yeah. Rose comes down.
Okay, Verity's gonna
From
look at the people who is
clambers down.
drawing their weapon. Are they still drawing their weapon?
All right. You see quite a few people in this inn, it would seem. Surprisingly, despite the stony exterior and they carved out everything, they've managed to make things relatively comfortable. And despite all the royal around outside, the place feels solid like a rock. Nothing shakes it in here, at least for now.
Nice.
Yay for now.
Within the inn itself, the first to raise a hand is a patchy-looking rough man behind the counter, holding hand up. Weapons down, everyone. Weapons down. We're not under attack. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes,
Right here,
darling.
Yes.
We come in peace.
We're actually looking for lodging.
Lodging. Well, I can provide. There will be 2 gold ahead for the night.
Alara
Whoa,
will
whoa,
foot.
wow.
The giant bear kicks Alexander in the leg.
Oh, okay. And then he start counting how many heads is in here.
How many?
I mean in the party.
I'll pay for half.
Rose asks, is this the usual rate around here?
Yes.
Wow.
The bartender looks around at the other guides, and then you can see the glint of fresh meat spotted.
Oh gosh.
The giant bear kicks Alexander again.
And that's when a lady steps forward, or rather glides forward.
A
Glides?
gliding lady.
Yes, even indoor, strangely enough.
She just
Post the picture.
How
floats.
spooky.
She doesn't have
Little
legs.
rolls furl around her, and there seems to be a constant little gust.
She
Oh,
has
no,
a super
she's
long
one.
neck.
She's one of those people. Oh no.
I don't know what
And
those
she
are.
speaks. Wait, not so quickly. Are you adventurers?
Yeah,
Devils? Explorers?
we are. Who are you?
What gave it away?
Actually, we're here
I
to.
immediately raise my voice and say, "They are mine."
Whoa there.
Alara just looks at Alexander and just recoils a little bit,
I am
like,
not
what the
a
fuck?
knight, I'm a planeswalker.
Don't you usually take people on a date first?
I'm Tamio. I'm willing to pay for your rooms if you are willing to do a small service for me.
And let's
There's groans from some of the people around.
have a seat over here, and we'll talk about what exactly you need.
Moment taps. Alexander taps the bear and asks him to turn back, like doing a motion of motion.
I unbear.
And my associate's here, and I
The entire thing bats an eyelid when the bear turns back to a goblin.
and then I point to Alexander and Bergs, and I go, and my associates here will join us as well, if you don't mind.
Very well.
Yes. What is?
She sees herself down in the common room, seemingly not bothered by the amount of company around, and the glint of greedy eyes and people counting their fortunes.
I look
A moment
towards.
just keeps staring at them with vicious eyes.
Okay.
You're staring. Oh, the competition.
I'm just trying to fight off the competition here.
So you guys ignored the ladies.
No, we will go towards the lady, but still. eyeing on
Alara's
them.
talking to the lady, right?
Yeah, I already asked,
Yeah.
what you need.
Yeah,
Let's sit down.
Money.
Yeah, she asked Moment and Briggs to follow.
We're
I'm Tamio,
all-
a researcher in these parts and a planeswalker.
A
I
researcher.
could use your assistance.
What
The,
exactly?
where are you from?
Didn't-
Which plane exactly?
I'm from Kamigawa. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but
Okay, checking the map.
she pauses. This is a different plane of existence.
Oh, okay.
She does look curiously at Rose, though, and then, Rose, you can sense there's some sort of similarities, but enough to place it anywhere close to Ark. And then she takes out a small metallic pyramid from her backpack and places it down. It looks like, imagine a Rubik's Cube, except pyramid.
Ah, okay. Was ist das?
This is a teleportation stone. It's connected to its other half.
And you haven't used
I had
it.
I had a researcher student here helping me uncover secrets with regards to the lunar cycles of Zendikar.
Mm-hmm.
The researcher had a team with him, and this teleportation stone was the connection between the both of us. Not too long ago, by sending, she told me that she had found a breakthrough in the runes of some kind that she was unable to properly name. So I came here from Kamigawa, but then contact was lost.
All right. So do we find your friend for you, or?
I would appreciate that. I'm able to use this teleportation stone to send you to the other parts, and you'll be able to pick it up and return with it. But the incantation takes 10 minutes.
To come back or to get there?
Either
Both
way.
ways.
Okay, she explains this teleportation stone. It brings you to its counter. You can choose to pick it up as you go or leave it.
Wait, if we
We're probably gonna take it.
if we take it and we go there, then both halves will be at the same place.
She says, I'll be holding my part here and sending you without it. But once you get there, pick it up with you and return. The main thing I want is her research notes. I need to know what's happened. I need to know what's transpired and what she has found about lunar cycles and this breakthrough, and as well as what sort of dangers might have befallen them.
What does she look like? And how do we address her?
She's a Soratami, similar to myself. So imagine a pale-skinned woman with like of an oriental sort of origin, light and thin on the feet.
What would her name be?
Mm-hmm.
You can call her Minamo for now.
Minamo.
Yes, that's her family name.
And how long ago was this?
This was about a week ago. Unfortunately, I came at a poor time. I tried to get help from the locals around here, but they seem to be more interested in aiding a different planeswalker.
There's someone else looking for help here?
There's always people looking for help, but this one was most persistent.
I see.
What did they look like?
She looks around at the bartender, who just shrugs and says, like, it's not exactly a secret. Her name is unknown, but she seems to be a wielder of flame magics, a planeswalker in herself. She left recently with someone called the Barkeep Shrugs. Didn't catch her name, but she played in Contemplation Platinum. She left with Erdom of Tazim as a guide. Said there was a place she wanted to go nearby, but it'll be a case of playing hot, cold, and warm.
Hot pockets.
She's saying, not exactly knowing what it looks like, but that she'll know if she got near.
What's his name again? No, the guide that the help that she went with.
Erdom.
Erdom of
Erdom
Tazi.
Tazim.
Well, as it stands, it doesn't look like that is any of our concerns since they've left.
Erdom.
Erdom.
Well, he shrugs. Some of the other guides here are thinking she'll be back not too long, and well, we wish Erdom the best, really.
Well,
That
then
happened.
Anyway,
she shall be for them.
given the weather, I don't. Do you know where this teleports to? If it's going to be affected by this ridiculous weather?
Tamio, look at you. That is the question. I need people to jump through without knowing where it goes through. I can't jump myself. The barkeep shrugs like, well, most guides here in adventuring sorts are sensible enough to jump into an unknown location, especially where contact was lost.
That's my sentiments exactly. Alexander and Burks, what do you know about this place?
I don't think no, I won't. Darling, I don't think I have met this particular person who gone missing. But if there is a slight location of where we are heading, we might know where it is. But it's so empty at the moment. We can't get a glimpse.
Ah,
Because there are many temples close by, up in the sky, around, about. It's not quite clear, are we going to go far or close?
do you have some sort of, excuse me, do you have some sort of map? I'm asking Alexander and Burks.
Well, the moment you mention map, like half the room bursts into laughter.
Darling,
Well, cartography is always everyone's profession here, but it never stays still for long.
darling, it is a playground of the devil. It changes every time. It don't stay the same. Even if you have the map, maybe it would be different the next week, or maybe the next day. You would not know.
So the regions don't really correspond to anything per se.
No,
One day
the
it will be
plains-
fire, another day it will be hail and wind and so on.
Well, yes. Plane keep changing.
Well, it's been a week ago. I don't. We're going to have to need a bit of rest from that, and she points towards the door. How soon do you need us to go?
Well, I don't plan for you to go into a suicide mission. Well, you can settle the cost first, but I'll fully reimburse you if you take on the task later.
Is that just well and good? Where will you be? Are you staying in? Have you got a room here?
She nods. I do have quarters here. No worries.
Okay. In any case, we'll probably meet you downstairs. We'll probably meet you here at. Out of character, what time is it? Like, is it dinner, lunch, breakfast?
You look around the common room. Some people are eating. Some people are gambling. Like the time doesn't seem to be much of an issue here in Zendikar, given that the natural phenomena it's not conducive to a typical like morning night cycle and all that.
Right. We'll see you in about. I don't know. Well, we do have
After
to
8 hours at least.
most likely after 8 hours. I would say breakfast, but I don't actually know how time works over here.
Whenever you're ready. Do not worry about time. As long as you're willing to help, I am able to entertain. Thank you for your consideration.
Alara nods, and then as soon as Tamio leaves,
Tamio puts her hands together in front of her skirt and gives a deep bow in the oriental fashion before heading off.
Alara
I
copies it.
still need to pay for the rooms.
She copies it out of habit because it's another
Wait, what?
person's
Where's-
culture. And then she sits down, and then she
Alara,
goes,
you attempt to copy it, make a performance check.
"Oh my god!" Hey, it's Verity near. Do I get +5 for performance?
No, you don't. Those are for.
It's not a saving throw.
It's not
It's
a
not
save.
saving throw.
16. It's good. It's decent.
Okay. Alara, the first thing you realize is this move is a lot harder than it looks.
Cramp.
A 90-degree spine bend is not something most people can do without falling over.
Or she.
I think moment can do it.
She sort of has a little bit of trouble because of her armor, and she's like, okay, that was a bad idea. And she stands up again. Then she looks around and she's like, where is everybody? Is everybody sitting down?
Right, everyone,
Rose wouldn't
most
be
people
too far
around
from
you on the
Alara.
table, like most of the okay. Strangely enough, Alexander gives off this. Despite being a vampire, he seems to counterbalance it with like the ridiculous accent and constant endearments. Brix is a goblin. Like here, there's a whole bunch of guides presumably around. In Vithalanas, you'll probably think they were loafers or people waiting to shank you or something. Each of them tries to portray a certain amount of confidence or failing that, just like lethality.
I see. So they try to make up for how they look. Okay.
Yeah, it seems like these guides here. Well, okay, Alexander, you make out that none of them are bearing any of the expedition houses from Seagate. So
Oh no.
these
Okay.
are mostly local guides, so the quality varies.
Okay.
Looking at how everybody is reacting to us, she's going to go to the innkeeper. Well, she's going to
Following
take
her.
Alexander to the
Yeah, following
innkeeper,
her.
and then she's going to pay for half the heads, and then she's going to look at the innkeeper and say, given the situation over here, I was wondering if we can take a room to have a little business meeting, so to speak, for the moment. Somewhere a little bit more quiet, perhaps.
Quiet doesn't really work in this place, Endikar, you see.
But maybe, how about away from... She looks around the room, prying eyes and ears.
The various guys sort of shrug and they say, well, if we don't know what you want, we can't exactly help you either. The bartender in front of you is like a bald-headed man in like overalls and a blacksmith apron, and with like vicious scars over his head, some of them looking to have gone in pretty deep.
Oh, before I forget, is it customary over here that we exchange names? Because
Nah, most people are planeswalkers. Like, names don't mean much to them. And Zendikar is a place where places don't mean much either.
well, in case we do end up back here, what's your name, sir?
Name's Sacher.
Sacher? S-A-C-H-I-R? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Sacher. I am Alara, and this is my crew. Hopefully we'll be alive when we come back. If we come back. It's a very sardonic joke. And then how much?
Or you come back if you plan properly.
We hope
Or
so.
hire one of my guides or locals.
Well,
Or we die and then she come back.
well, we seem to be a little bit indebted with these two. She points to Alexander and Burks, who
Yeah.
is
I place down half of the gold for the rest of the rooms, and I do need to point out that I want to have one room with bricks. We should both share a room. Thank you very much.
and how much is it total? Because I'm gonna deduct it.
It's
Yes.
2 gold per head.
I forgot how many people
I
there
do
are.
not know how many people bring double characters, so that's why I'm
1,
asking.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 people?
10 people, so 10 each. For us, I mean like 10 for you, 10 for me.
Yeah.
Is that how it... Yeah, okay.
So
Yes, our little illustration of our conga line is helpful.
yes. Okay. So we pay 10 GP and we get a room so I can have a chat with the guys. Everybody, actually.
Okay, cool. DM, I'm gonna pay I'm gonna pay Sacher to bring us up some drinks. How much would it cost?
Drinks cost additional.
Yeah. How much would it cost? I'll just deduct it. Just let me know.
Drinks cost like 2 SP per person.
All right. I'll just buy like I'll just give him 1 gold and tell him to like keep the change, and, like bring like a round of drinks up.
Such. Okay.
Mr. Sacher.
Well, might not actually be enough. I'll deduct 2 gold. Ask him to bring a round of drinks up.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Anything else that can make your time comfortable?
Nah, that's it for now, Sacher. Just be nice to the newcomers.
I would say that our 1 gold can buy many rounds of that, isn't it? Like how much is silver to gold?
10
10
silvers is
silver
1 gold.
Mhm.
So 1 gold can get 5.
Oh, basically it's 2 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I deducted 2 gold. No worries. We have drinks as we discussed. All right, we go up to the room. Let's go.
Okay. I look at everybody else on the crew and then I go, I know I spoke to that Tamio person, but what do you think? I'm differing to everybody else's opinion. On one
Kias
hand,
speaks up first.
Mhm.
She seems completely trustworthy. That means this will be absolutely suicidal.
I imagine so. I'm thinking more about the mission, whether this would waylay the mission too much, or it might be in a place where the artifact is.
Yes.
So do we want to risk it, or look for a known artifact instead?
Kias says, I think we can afford to bargain for more.
Yes, I do believe that we stand to earn a lot more than just tonight's stay.
And Verity will say, if people are in need of help, we must certainly try.
This is in your room, right?
Yeah, that's definitely in the room.
Yeah, like
that's
like 10 people clumping in one room.
Laughter from that, right? Fine. Verity, the
Verity avoids
we
public
must help them. Everyone
this is
raises
exactly
their
why I
hand.
got a
We need
room.
help.
He looks at the Verity knows her. Alara, I think they did something to this one.
No, he's the same.
That's just how he is.
Trust me.
That's just how he is.
Why do you think
But
he helped us all
Verity,
these times?
you're right. You're right, but unfortunately, we are in need of help as well, especially monetarily.
Well, monetarily,
So-
I think we should be able to get her to pay for our expedition a little bit, if you get my drift. And then I look at Alexander and Burks, and I'm like, was it 150 gold pieces? First?
Burke shakes his head. It's
Darling,
Al-
free.
Alexander was pretty clear when he said so earlier. It's think of it as a showing of good faith to further cement our skills.
And relationship, darling. And relationship.
Again, I defer to all of you because we're here now, and apparently what people say about Zendika is quite true. It is as dangerous as everyone makes it to be. So,
It's
no
worse.
heroes. We can rest and then go back down to negotiate a deal with her. Perhaps even use her as a benefactor. She seems to want research notes and so on and so forth.
Oh, wait, did we ask her what her research was about?
No.
Lunar cycles.
That
lunar cycles.
lunar
Lunar
cycle.
cycle.
What the heck
Yep.
does that mean?
Nobody
It means
asked her.
the months
Movement
and
of-
stuff like that.
Yes, like
Time.
Because
Is she an astrologer?
Apparently, she kind of said something. There's something wrong with their lunar cycle in their planes, and
I think.
come to this chaotic realm to try to search for answer. Her apprentice seems to found a answer. She came here, lost connection. That's what I gather.
well, we'll definitely put a pin on that question and ask her about it in a few hours.
We should ask her if her plane knows anything about bindings as well.
Verity is just gonna find a spot to like rest, put down the backpacks and stuff.
Do we all get rooms, or how does this work?
I think you all are
Or is it
sharing or
two-
something.
Or is it two to a room, or is it like one big hall?
How big
for
is
all
it?
the
Okay, for
folks?
simplicity, I'll say it's 2 gold per head, which means 2 gold per bed.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I would want, a different room with away from them.
So I guess 2 bed per room.
The
Then.
room sizes isn't an issue so much as like per bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
we have
just
enough
want to
beds.
know how much privacy we have.
I mean, the room sizes are variable because they cater to the expeditions of different sizes.
I
Yeah.
think
Y'all can sleep in a giant room. It's fine.
Yeah, depends on your preference, I guess.
All right. Are we retiring for the night?
Yes, I
Yes,
think we should rest. It's been a long journey.
Very
you
well.
guys should rest. You guys look very tired. Well,
Oh, I
Alexander
have to take
stands up.
leave.
If you need me, you know where to find me. I walk
You
out.
know,
Walk out to the room.
Verity says, where?
Well, I'll just
we
get
don't
some,
know you. We don't know where to
next-
find you.
next door.
Our room is just next door.
Yeah, just next
alright.
door.
Like we know where everyone's room is. Oh,
Yeah. Pretty sure.
and does Brooks share the weather tomorrow with everyone?
No, just you. Because that was a
Okay.
conversation, like, probably being had over the table just now. Like, I guess.
Okay, Druidcraft. Okay, Bricks, what you can tell from Druidcraft is no wind. Ooh,
Blizzard.
What?
No
No
wind blizzard. Oh no.
Blizzard.
Yeah. So Nerif would know this because
But there is blizzard.
Blizzard.
Yes.
yes.
So it's an ice storm.
Basically, what it has started just now.
Yeah, but if we're teleporting tomorrow, then the weather here doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
is Nerif gonna
Teleporting
tell
it
us?
doesn't matter.
That's
Nah,
up to him.
if we're teleporting, I don't think it matters.
No, I mean
We care about
if you
what the
tell
weather is
us, then we'll think that, well, since we can't go anywhere tomorrow.
We might as well teleport. That's what she meant.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Teleport to our death. Yay!
All right. Yes. Just by the way,
I mean that is
Cut off there
temporary.
for a second.
our
For me.
goblin friend has the ability to predict the weather
Oh,
in the location he's in for the next 24 hours.
is
Would
he
you
a
like to-
magician too?
I thought that would have been clear with him turning into a bear and all.
Oh no, I
Druid
mean
done.
you know, magic tricks. But it's all right.
Would you like to share, Mr. Tea Leaf?
It's going to be a blizzard tomorrow. There won't be as much wind, if any. So perhaps you can use that to think about your next decision. We are merely here to assist.
I do not recommend traveling anywhere on foot.
Let's see. Well, I'm not good with ice. She looks to Alara.
Regardless, we'll have a night's sleep, and you may discuss amongst yourselves. The walls here are thicker than
You might think.
usual, so you will have your privacy.
It's made out of stone, darling. Don't worry about it.
And Burks walks off to chase up the Alexander moment.
Yeah.
And then Verity will say, thank you, as you guys like close the door.
If we're gonna go tomorrow, I mean, Rose says after they start closing the door.
Okay. Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, if we're gonna go there tomorrow, maybe one or two of us could continue chatting with the Tamiya lady, Tamiyo. Get to know more about where we're going.
Yes, we definitely need to know what is over there. I mean, having information is better than going in blind.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true. Like, what is the last thing she was told with regards to being in contact with them, for example?
And then
I
you say
think-
it teleports to the other counterpart. We
Mhm.
don't know if it is moved by other people or picked up by adventurers.
Yep.
Exactly.
Getting to know the general information about her world could be useful as well, in case we get stranded. Who knows?
We will be taking the guides with us, will we not?
Mm-hmm.
We'll be
I
taking
hope
the what?
they know how to get us out from wherever that is, because we
well-
have no knowledge of the geographical.
I'm
features of-
assuming with this, and then I'm deferring to Alexander and Burks. I'm assuming with this little adventure, both of you will be coming along as well as part of the contract. What is
They
the
left
contract
the room.
anyway?
They left the room.
Oh, they
already.
left the room. Okay. I'm assuming they would be
We
following.
Nerif just says yes, they will.
Nerif looked into the future.
the divine.
Nerif is the divine.
meta. The meta mage.
But anyway, I think we should get rest, maybe some food in us after that, and hopefully the rest of our crew would be reaching
Yes.
here anytime soon, hopefully. Out of character, what was did the Gerblin tell us what the weather gonna be like tomorrow?
Yes,
I
you
think it was repeated like
Ice
3
blizzard.
times already.
Yeah, we see.
I was away.
It's
She just got back, so
Yeah.
that's fair. She just got back. Yeah.
be a snowstorm
Yeah.
and it's gonna be less windy.
Oh, okay, so
But
no
the-
storm.
So there's
But
probably
there's-
gonna be hail.
Okay.
Snowstorm, not
No
no
window.
Snowstorm.
Snowstorm.
But
Is
no
it
wind.
snow or blizzard? Like, will it be hailing though?
I think it will hail.
Oh, this is what it's for. Okay, hail, minimal wind.
We will take damage.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay. I guess we gotta get that umbrellas, you know? Okay,
Umbrella for hell.
okay. So, what you guys want to do now? We don't exactly have...
Can you
Rest
please,
straight.
like allocate yourselves according to the rooms you're in?
Aitelyu and me, and maybe
Oh.
Rose.
Fire and Verity, of course.
Nerif, Sony.
Yep, Nerif and Sony.
I will grab
Rose
Rose.
is.
Rose can stay
Um,
with Tia.
Oh, is it 2 per room?
Yes.
Can be any number you want.
Not
Oh.
Yeah, you
necessarily.
can make bigger groups. It's fine. Just stay in a communal room, guys. It's gonna be fine.
Nerif, let's go. Yay.
Okay, so Sony and Eris,
Sonny and Nerif, if it's 2 a room,
Rose
it's
and
Rose and Tia.
huh? Tia looks at Rose and then goes to join Alara's room.
Good. Bye.
I
Oh,
guess.
Oh,
She looks at Rose and then she goes, "Do you just want to share a 4-people room then?"
Rose shrugs. I guess I don't mind staying alone, as long as it's the same price.
Most likely you'll be bunking with some random person because I don't think it's a room thing. It might be just everybody in rooms because it's 2 gold per head. So I'm guessing it's a bunking procedure.
Well, I don't really want to get out in the way of you guys, but
Well,
she looks to Ahe and Tia.
Well, if you think about it, we're the only ones left who are of Ark, technically, over here.
Alright, I'll join you guys. I'll stay quiet.
Ah, don't worry about it.
That
It
sounds so weird.
This is so sad.
It's like she looks at Rosa like, girl, what? Girl, why are you so depressing?
Yes, it's okay.
feels
You'll,
bad,
you won't notice me.
I'll be small.
Casts pass without trace on just herself.
I have one more spell slot, just so you know.
Oh my god, why would you do that? Okay, so that is the bunking. We're gonna look for a 4-person room. or a
Yay, poker
four-person
screw.
area, or an area that can fit at least 4 people.
Yeah. Like there seems to be shared bunks around, but you can find one with a curtain drawn or something. And there are
Alright.
even separate rooms if you like,
Oh,
but
me.
not for one person.
Okay. Whatever it is, as long as we get to stick together, technically. Like a share house sort of thing.
Okay. So this is a sleeping arrangement, right? Rose is with Tia and Alara and Ahi, is it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All the
The
art.
last of the arc.
Okay.
It's
So-
Tar.
As you all are settling down, there's a knock on the door
Whose
for
door?
for Alexander
Oh, and
and
bricks.
Bricks.
Okay. That's weird.
Give me a moment. I need to get this picture isn't working for some reason.
Okay. Hope nobody kills us.
Day 2. Guys, our guides are dead.
Those poor guides.
Poor souls.
Those hapless idiots.
La 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 la.
Just as a precaution, I'm just gonna say that I set my weapon to ivory.
Relax.
Just
Relax.
as a precaution. I set my
We're not gonna fight anybody. We're fine.
There's a knock on your door, and a voice in Goblin calling out. Are you there? We want to talk.
stand up, and it's like, is it them again?
Let me go check. This fine. Just keep your hands ready on your two friends.
Oh, so now you want him to use it.
I open the door. I crack like a gap, and I see who's outside.
There's a goblin, well, not surprising, standing there.
Don't recognize him, her.
Okay. So Bricks, you recognize this as one of the Gurgle brothers. Like, not that the name means very much to you, but they're a group of 4 goblins that sometimes shows up around here to offer guide services.
Oh,
This one in particular is one of the more imposing ones, and as he looks at you, puts a finger over his mouth and then like motions to join you all inside the room.
I crack a gap just big enough for him to go in, but before he does, I look to the left and right of the corridor to make sure it's clear, and I let him go inside.
Nope, it's clear.
I let him come in.
All right. After all, he sits down. He seems to repay the courtesy by looking around your room a bit longer than usual, before finally leaning back against the door. All right. So what do you know of these new arrivals?
what do you want to know about the new arrivals?
Word has it that there's a bunch of criminals escaped from planar escapees around.
There's a breakout somewhere?
Somewhere, yes.
Moment starts taking like squints his eyes while sitting down. Do you know the size of the group? Have you any information of the size
Well,
of the group?
firstly, they're armed and dangerous, much more so than the usual planeswalkers that arrive at Zendikar. Well, our plane has the unfortunate reputation of attracting people who don't want to be found.
That's true. That's very true. By the looks of things, though, they doesn't seem criminal as of yet. If that's what you're implying.
You're sure of this?
I've been indoors with them long enough to know that they're more clumsy.
Clumsy? How are clumsy people still alive?
You'd
Their,
be
clum-
surprised.
their clumsiness is not the one that we see that will cause people death. They seem organized, though they are clumsy, and doesn't seems to be intent on some evil doing. As for now, as I said,
Hmm, what do you say, cousin? They look at you, Bricks. This one does.
Oh, there's four of them in there.
All right, just one of them.
Okay, okay. I was like, wait, what? I reply in Goblin, so that just in
Moment
case,
cannot answer.
just in case of any prying ears, and I apologize to Moment after. I reply in Goblin. I'm pretty sure they're not criminals. One of them even said that out loud that if there was people in need of help, that we should help them, out of his own good free will. Does that sound like a criminal to you?
The goblin gives you a look, saying, "And did they really do this?"
Yes. It doesn't sound like a criminal. It just sounds very much like a man walking around in a casket. But it is fine.
Hey,
I do not understand this in character.
But it is fine. And he switches back to common. Now, we are sure of this. They are not criminals.
Have you asked them where they are from? Because there's also the consideration that criminals sometimes blend in with legitimate groups. They're
Fair.
not a real mixed bunch, this one.
They did keep constantly set a name of a plane they are from, though. Not sure if it's true. Sigil. Have you heard of it?
The goblin's eyes widen, even though he tries to like hide it later. It's like, that's the place of the breakout.
I understand.
His name's Girdle, right? Just making sure.
It's one of the
He's
Girdle brothers.
one of the
He
Girdle
one of the
brothers.
Girdle brothers.
I don't
yeah.
know his name. All right,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Hmm.
Look, it's for you to come here and tell us and ask us this. There must be something, yes? A reward?
There's a reward, of course, for bringing back escaped convicts and dangerous folks.
Then your business is not welcome here. They have already gotten us under employment. Even if they were these fugitives of which you speak, we have already provided our services. So you would have to be fighting us.
You misunderstand. We're not here to fight. Just here to let you know that maybe you don't want to get in the way of the law seekers when they do come, you see.
I understand. I understand what you're trying to warn us.
Burks nods.
But from what I know right now, they are no harm. If there is Losica come, well, I do apologize that we might not need an eyes by then. But at least for now, come
Do
yourself.
you have any idea where they're going at least? So if the law seekers come to Alpha, they don't turn the town upside down.
The funny thing is, we don't know. Not as of yet, at least.
What's their interest?
I vaguely answer him.
Hmm?
They're looking to explore some sky runes, some temples, some old merfolk temples, some hedrons, the usual thing.
Okay, if the Lost Seekers come, we'll try and tell them you went to Tazim. Let's hope it works. Good
Thanks
luck,
for-
cousin.
Thanks for the warning, though.
The goblin nods and
I-
sees his way out.
I close the door behind him, make sure no one's outside in the hallway before he leaves. I close the door.
And then Moment sighs a bit. I thought this was gonna be a simple guy.
It is. Don't think too much about it.
Yes,
It is.
yes. It is a simple guide, but yet so much commotion, so much drama. It's almost like they are trying to give me an act.
It's what you live for, my friend.
And then he picked up his own flamboyant accent once again. He's like, "Darling, yes, that is what I live up for, and that's what I see. But sometimes it's getting too tiring, way too tiring. I might need a drink. Are you up? Are you up for it?"
Burks just quietly nods and assists.
And then we close that curtain to a blank.
Right, and I will. Right now is the turn for the others. La la la. Okay, Alara and Rose, along with Tia and Ahi, there's a knock on your door.
Alara stands up to go and peek at the crack of the door.
There's a fairly nondescript looking woman standing outside, properly armed, but like at the back of her is more climbing equipment and tools and such, and she has the look of a guide of some sort.
Yeah, how may I help you?
Hello. Just here to have a word for you since you seem to be new arrivals.
Alright, I open the door a bit more so that the people inside can see the person outside.
Right, Tia narrows her eyes immediately when confronted with, well, possible competition or threat, and Ahi does a peer outside. Hello there? She just waves back. She goes,
Rose will stand up and go closer to Alara.
are any of you planeswalkers?
Yeah. Well,
Which
I look
one?
at Rose.
What do you need the answer for?
I heard something of the ship you all came in.
Mm-hmm. What about it?
Any of you are offering passage out?
Nope.
Not at the moment. We have things to do here in Zendika.
Exactly.
All right. Because I have some clients who are willing to offer significant compensation for anyone who can get them out of Zendika.
All right, I'll let them know.
May I know your rates if this is to be an exchange?
Oh no, I don't mean us. I mean, like, if we know someone's getting out, we'll let them know.
No, as in, they want us to fly them out.
Yes, and I mean that, no, we're not doing it, but if you want the word out, I can let other people know.
I don't think that is...
Exactly.
No.
She thinks a bit on this, and she says, do you know anything of the planeswalker that came a week ago?
No, not at all.
We just arrived here.
just arrived. And the lady that approached you, the Tamio lady, do you know her?
Not
Nope.
since not since just now. Given her terms. Why, have you spoken to her before?
She's an interesting individual, and I think she seemed to recognize something in you. She looks to Rose.
How so?
I feel flattered. Well, Rose probably averts her eye away. She's like, why is people looking at me?
What kind of recognition do you know? Have you seen?
Well, it's not usual that she stares at people for that long.
So she stares.
She usually spends it more in the observatory looking at stars, I believe.
She's been here long then.
A week ago, there was a planeswalker that came and paid an exorbitant amount of money to anyone who would take her to a destination. I don't know the details of that. And now there's this one here, and
It seems highly
And?
suspicious then.
there was another one recently as well, but that one was very hush-hush. And then now you all. Is there a pattern?
Well, for security reasons, we can't really release a lot of information. I hold my hand out in a I'm gonna shake your hand kind of way. My name is Alara.
You can call me Imal.
Mal, it's a pleasure to meet you. You seem very forthcoming compared to everybody else who seeks to to be hired by us.
I try to balance things. Seem too eager and people will get more suspicious.
Definitely, which is what I felt so far. Just, you know,
What can you safely tell me about your reason for being here?
for want of a better phrase, we have to save our home.
Just save your home.
Yeah.
Entire plane?
You can say something like that.
Because that hush-hush planeswalker I told you about also mentioned something about a plane breaking apart.
Say, what does she look like? Do you know?
The hush-hush one?
Well, the hush hush one and the one that paid a large amount of money.
The one who left with Urdam?
Erdom.
Yeah.
Just interesting thing. I had a feeling she's from Katapesh, that place with all the inventors, and she didn't carry herself like any of that. Maybe a refugee, maybe an escapee. She shrugs. She wielded fire magic, that much was clear. And she paid Erdom to be a guide, not a bodyguard.
I see. A guide to where?
That I don't know.
Alright, fair enough.
Well, from what we heard, she seemed to know what exactly she was looking for by feeling.
Not quite. She couldn't describe the place she wanted to, but she described it as being something in a feeling of that she would feel it if she was near enough.
Well, before we go any further, I just want to clarify this thing. What is it going to cost us, if anything?
This
Cost what?
Oh,
Trading of information.
Well, I think I've shared quite a bit already.
Exactly.
If there's nothing else you can't share from your end, then perhaps it's best we end this here.
Well, I would like to know more about the hush hush one, because we do have several people missing from where we come from, but it might not be related.
Information, then maybe.
Sorry?
Information for information, then maybe.
Perhaps. What kind of information are you looking for?
You say you're here to save your home. What do you plan to find that can help it?
Well, perhaps you would like to come in for a while.
Rose gives way.
She nods and heads in.
She's gonna peek outside to make sure nobody is looking.
When she
Or-
steps inside, we kill her.
Damn her!
Rose is like,
Ah.
why are we so? Why are we so easily like trading information like this? She asked us to help for something, and I said no, and we're still talking and giving information. Like, are we gonna be indebted?
Those are very valid questions.
Okay, you
Definitely.
let her in.
Yeah,
Okay.
we invited her in.
Yeah, Rose gives way for her to come in.
So again, what kind of
Roll initiative.
information are you specifically
She wants to know
looking
what
for?
we're
What are you
what
looking
we're
for to save your home?
Artifacts. Artifacts specifically of binding.
Artifacts of binding. Oh, the hedrons.
The what now?
The hedron. Okay. You probably want to try the Ep.E030, the Sky Rune, then. It's a place for most hedrons.
Out of character, Emiri, Emiri.
Emeria.
So Rose is gonna write this down.
Oh,
It's a hedron, right?
It looks something like this.
Oh, character you guys know from last week.
Yep.
And
The floating city.
she tries to draw out something that her artistic impression isn't great, but she tries to convey something.
Well, she can draw it on Rose's book.
It's a lot of floating D8s.
Okay, so something like this.
floating D8s. I like it.
They say it was part of some giant citadel before it fell apart. And, well, to be honest, most people are trying to figure out exactly what it was as well.
Well, honestly, any information we have in light to what direction we're supposed to go is probably better than nothing.
Well, if you want to try that, you probably need to head to the continent of Tazim, which is across the ocean from here.
Oh, my friend Rosa here is absolutely correct in that nobody trades information without other information. It seems that we've been given some very important pieces, and you have not.
She looks a bit confused at this.
Do you consider this information sharing a fair exchange?
Of course, why not?
Miss Imal,
I'm not on Seagate expeditions.
has your friends ever told you anything in particular that, like, you're doing quite dangerous and careless things? Have you been told things like that?
From the group that walked through a royal tempest from their ship?
Well, no, I'm just trying to know about yourself. Have people around you been ever told you like you're doing something dangerous, things you don't realize?
This is Zendikar. Every day is dangerous.
Exactly.
Well,
Do you come from a very safe place?
rather
Probably
deeply.
safer than here.
How did you know about, planes exploding and such, for example?
Well, we are on Zendikar, a place of constantly changing landscapes, instabilities. I have talked to planeswalkers.
And do they all say the same thing?
Of course not. Most of them are very puffed up.
That's amusing. Right. I'm not entirely sure what other information you would like from us. We have a lot of questions. But of course, information for information, isn't that what you said?
Right. She thinks a bit on this. I suppose I'd just like to know more about where you're from. It's
Well,
not every day that a ship comes in from another plane.
well, we can safely say we come from. How is it? Verity used to say? No. How is it? All of them used to say the center of all planes, Sigil.
Yeah.
But originally we went from there. They called us clueless.
Birds.
They're not very nice at that place.
Hmm.
Where are you from then, if not from there?
Well, because we're no longer in
We
Sigil.
I don't think we could tell you too much about it as we are trying to save it.
We're also trying
We
to.
have to consider it something might get jeopardized because
Are you
it's in quite
fugitives?
no
No, of
it's
course
just
not.
that
Oh,
I believe our plane might be in a slightly fragile state. So
yeah.
too much information on itself might be slightly dangerous.
Wait, do you have information on fugitives? Because where we come from, there was a breakout in a very well-known prison.
That was what I heard.
What else did you hear?
Well, she thinks a bit on this. I suppose there was the plan to look out for anyone suspicious and maybe report them to authorities.
Well, one of us.
This is Zendika, so I'm not quite sure what authorities means here.
I laugh a little bit. It's funny you should ask us if we're fugitives because two of ours are actually considered one of the police from Sigil. Well, police. The type of police? Protectors.
What's a police?
They
They are
keep the peace.
lawmakers,
The lawkeepers and
I
the
guess we don't
executioners.
actually have a lawmaker with us. We have the lawkeeper and the law executor.
Yeah,
More like.
you're absolutely right.
Okay, that's interesting. Do their laws apply here?
Don't know.
They are in
Probably not.
a large guild that is apparently found in across the multiverse.
From what I remember.
Here?
Sorry?
Is there
No
From-
idea.
From what I remember of all the factions of Sigil, they primarily live and occupy Sigil, but when they go outside in the other planes, they keep more to themselves and follow the code by themselves and for their people instead of getting other people to, follow them. Seems a bit overzealous. But you never know. There's probably one or two that try to step on others.
All right. Anyway, make sure everyone knows about the royal outside and that the place is unstable and terrain shouldn't be taken for granted.
You
Sounds like
also
sound advice.
that's very sound advice. You also mentioned something in the beginning that some people were trying to escape this place, and perhaps one of them were you. Were you?
No, I had questions asked about this. I'm trying to see where I can direct them to. I don't want to jump to any conclusions just yet on that.
That's fair. Well, keep your eyes peeled because the fugitives that came from where we were from, they're not the best people.
You're not. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Emma.
Thank you very much. I hope we can help you more in the future, but we can't help your clients for now.
And you all have your rest.
Okay.
Nap time.
Give me them spell slots.
and I currently now not hungry.
Wait, Sony and Nerif aren't doing any shenanigans? Like, let's try this food.
Oh,
No, I think
should we perform downstairs and try to get money?
Oh my god, do it!
Do it, do
Hey,
it,
Nary,
do it.
aren't you bored? Well, we don't really have to do anything. Hmm?
I mean, the people tend to approach the people they think are in charge and stuff.
Oh, but there's no entertainment downstairs, right?
You can always just start. Put a hat down.
Can Sony just do that?
What's your
Well,
performance?
she feels like dancing anyway, so she's just gonna dance. She's just gonna dance downstairs. Except for there's
Well,
no
you are
sound.
aware that the clientele is a bit on the rough and tumble side, just so you know.
Rough and tumble, what do they do? Oh no, what will they do to me? I am going to use my flow trance. So it's a +9 for my performance.
Dang, girl.
I mean, what are you performing?
Oh shit! She's just gonna dance. She's gonna she's gonna take out like what is that thing? Like a tambourine, and try to dance. So that's a 11. That's so sad. She's gonna hum and use a tambourine and just dance.
Unfortunately, Nerif is not red and cannot add to your performance.
Yeah.
Thatcher, the bartender, just tell you, hey, if you want to perform here, I'll be expecting a cut.
Come again?
If you want to perform here, I'll be expecting a cut.
Oh well. I don't mind, but I'm not quite feeling it today in my body. Oh dear. But if I do get any money, I'll share it, yeah? I mean, it's only fair.
Do not see that you do.
But I don't get any. She's not feeling it. Alright. So she goes to get her rest after dancing. Oh, fool.
Also, like, she's not performing in earnest, is it? Yeah.
Well,
that's
yeah,
right.
she got an 11.
Okay. You do get a proposal or two from some of the patrons that you could perhaps like do a different sort of dance with them in elsewhere.
Giggle, giggle, tee hee.
Oh no. Oh no.
Does Sony
This is-
agree to the proposal?
No. She just flirts with them a bit and then goes back to dancing.
Okay, so that's how she passes the rest of the night. Refusing company. All right, Nerif, that's what?
Nerif just chills in his room and rests. He is quite tired after the ordeal.
Okay, and I guess this is where we'll end for tonight.
What? Yes. What?
Because it's not it's not a good time to start jumping into cameos, little
I'm not,
teleporting.
yeah,
What?
but
I think it's
Why?
I do hope. Well, does Verity want to talk to Tamiyo more about her world? Because Sony wouldn't have asked anyway, and Rose used up her action. Well, action.
I mean, you want Verity to go out there and
No,
start saying
no,
that we should
Verity's
help people who need help.
Oh my god,
No.
you don't want to
That's
do
right.
that.
Does Rose and Alara? Well, does Rose still have time to go talk
Those
to
and
her?
Tara did their own talk and stuff.
Yeah.
I tell you,
So we have no
if you
time
bring
anymore.
Verity around intending, there's a certain risk.
Hey, Verity! Don't look over there. There's an orphan. What? Where?
There's gonna be like so much risk if Verity goes down. Yes, I'll help you. I'll help you. I'll help everyone. He's like
He goes
Oprah.
out and every single person has like a glowing exclamation mark over their head.
Exactly.
We
Eric
can't go
with
5 feet
specific
into town.
quests.
All the quests.
Oh, the
Like the rest of us, they don't even show up for us.
They only show up for Verity. It's like, oh, quest.
Character specific.
all the cracks.
I left my dog outside,
Like,
Verity. You don't
Fast
understand.
Perception for people in trouble.
All the side quests.
I think
Uh,
Sam will stop Verity from going downstairs. Then start
I
taking
think so
class.
too.
Darn. I do want to ask more questions to Tamio. I guess we can do that in the morning.
Tomorrow,
Yeah,
lah.
you can do
Tomorrow
that
morning.
tomorrow.
Because
Next time.
we pretty much have her
Ask me more things. So
tomorrow when we wake up anyway. So, like over breakfast. All the
Yeah.
information.
I shall prepare a question list before I sleep.
Do it, do it. But actually also prepare a question
is
list.
the weather in what's its name? Is it raining? I've had enough of this
Verity
water
will
thing.
probably clean his armor and like polish and oil it because water, rust.
Oh, maybe you can get some oil from I forgot his name.
From Sachi?
Sachi.
Sachi.
Sachir. Yeah, get some oil from him, then you can like oil all your stuff.
Oh, Nerif has Presti, right?
yeah.
Pressy doesn't help with polishing armor.
No, I was just thinking just now, I don't have Prestis on both of my characters. They're both half casters, no cantrips.
It's okay.
Oh wait, Rose does.
What
She
I'm
has
here
Fireball.
Well, I guess Verity could go down there and procure
Verity.
some or
Bring Sile with
Oh
you.
no,
The risks are
Verity.
real.
Bring Sile with you.
Go Sile.
Send Tile to do it.
I don't know.
Then if he just DM talking to himself for half an hour.
The
next day,
stands up to the
we-
door and says like, "Where you going?"
Oh yeah, that's true. The next day, everyone comes and say, "Yeah, you picked up my job. Okay, let's go." And I was like, huh? I thought you picked up mine.
Oh no, we have 20 jobs, guys.
Oh my
I pick
God.
enough, just enough, so everyone can do one.
Oh my god.
If we each do 2, we'll be done by the end of the day.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yep, no, Verity stays inside.
Quest.
All right. Verity will stay in his room to do maintenance on his armor.
Oh no.
Kim thoughts.
Oh, that's so
we
fun.
actually need a quest giver right now.
We do.
We have
Quest.
We
Tamio.
have Tamio.
The white
I mean, like multiple Tamios just to suit
No.
her rage.
One by
No,
one.
no.
One by one.
Party will collapse and start crying.
Wow, no. What? Tamio is fine.
quests and jobs will automatically reveal as we proceed. Do not
Exactly.
worry.
And we want to start, I think, when we see Tamio, let's just start with her. But then I will tell the rest of them about the Hadrons in Ameria.
Okay.
The Hadronox.
Hadrons. So, I guess we close this session.
Also, we want to see if anyone makes it from the storm. At least Verity would like to know.
We can, okay, since it's not gonna be like windy tomorrow, we can set out, probably. We'll just check.
No wind. No wind.
No
just
wind.
rain.
There is
Just
just
blizzard.
hail.
there's still blizzard.
There's hail.
There's
The
hail.
only
Use the
thing missing
shield
is
to cover
wind.
head.
You wanna take 1d6 damage every turn? I don't want to
Verity
take
will
1d6
do that.
damage every turn.
We'll find an umbrella made out of
Verity
metal.
don't.
Verity will take his shield and covers his head as he moves.
Verity don't.
Oh, Verity. Okay, I'm going to stop the stream now. Thank
Yep.
you, everybody, for playing and watching and being here, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully we get to punch things, because I have a feeling that Kib is dying
die.
inside.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.